Oh, hello. Today I am casting some knife scales. This was a request by someone for some pine cone scales. And we've got all these little cool pine cones. And don't bother asking what kind they are, because I don't know. But they're super cool. I feel like maybe, just maybe, some of these came from Alaska from a trip we did, but I can't be sure. I just dumped all these in here, and I'm pretty sure these are the ones I picked up in Alaska. They're cool little cones, so if you know, you could share that with the group. But if you want to know, I have no idea. And these other ones are cool, these, but I also don't know what those are. So, what I am using is our Maker Select mold. I'm going to do 2 here just to have probably a extra I can use myself. But I have 1 deep mold knife scale, which is my preference for knife scales, because each side makes a set of scales. So you want to make sure that the mold is filled up with your material, and that way when you cast it, you can cut it in half, and you got a set of scales. Now, obviously these are organic, and they are light and airy, right? So I'm going to put a cover on this when I cast with some weight to hold these all in place. So I want to make sure and fill up all my gaps here, because as soon as I pour the resin, this is going to start flowing, and there will be floating pine cones and resin everywhere. Make sure I don't get any sticks in there. Yeah, these little cones are super cool. They kind of look like bugs in the cast. I'll have to get those in a minute, as long as I don't step on them. All right, so that one's looking pretty good. Let's see if I got more big cones down at the bottom. There's some more big ones. So I just have this bin of cones that I use. I don't do a lot of pine cones. Actually, we're just going to do this one today, because that should be enough. We'll have a backup that I can use. So that looks pretty cool. I don't see any open spots. You know, since you're going to be cutting this in half, you want it to be nice and full. So maybe a few more of these small guys. Now, these are dried. They are not stabilized. I think you can stabilize pine cones, but I do not, because, I mean, what the heck are you stabilizing? There's nothing to them. Whether you stabilize them or not, they're still going to have air pockets. They're still going to be light. They're still going to be buoyant. So if you do stabilize them, I'm sure it won't hurt. It never does. But would it help? I don't know. Don't know. Now, these need to be an olive green. So I have DOD green, and I am going to grab some olive green mica. So we're going to use the DOD green and the camo green, and I think that'll be a good mix of what we, whoops, don't do that, of what we want here. Now, I have a tiny bit of clear, regular clear left, so we're going to cast with that. So we're going to get this pot up here. I got a lot of things going on here. I'm taking up a lot of my room. This is for tomorrow. I can't move that one. I can move all these. Bing! So the table's cleaned. Well, cleaned. I moved some stuff. Okay, we're going to do 2 cups. We're trying to get like an olive green or olive drab green. So I'm going to use camo green and then a little DOD green. And I'm going to mix them in 2 separate cups so that I can kind of move them together, and it'll kind of give it layered look. So let's see how much we got in here. This is Alumilite Clear. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just pour the whole thing in there. That's quite a bit. So we're going to do, Let's call it 50. I think that'll give us enough. If I don't normally do grams. Let's do 60 just to be sure. Oh, perfect. 60 grams. And then 60 grams here. Do I want to do a little more? I think this is enough. If not, we have time. Oh, I'm on the dot. Nope, 61. 60. We're flashing between 60 and 61. I'm going to set that over there so it's out of my way. Since it is clear, even though I'm not like doing multicolor, I'm going to do them. I'm going to mix them up and put the color in them right now. That's the camo green. I'll stir that one. I should have plenty of time to do part B, but I don't want to rush. I mean, we're mixing them anyway. It's not like we're trying to get color separation, but for the sake of the video, it's easier to do it one at a time. This is the Divine DOD green, which is more olive, I believe, once it comes out. Come on, get out of there. I even shook it up. Stuff's thick. There we go. Whoa. That should be enough. And that you can see is more of a lighter, like olive. And it's definitely olive drab. Look how drab it is. So drab. Okay. So that's 60 of each with the color in it. Now we can go back and tear it. We can add our part B. 60 of each. Ooh, uh-oh. I went over by 3 grams, so I'm going to have to add 3 grams to that. That's the hard part when you're trying not to talk when you're pouring. Sometimes the scale like takes a minute to catch up. There we go. That one's good. So we need just 3 more grams of this guy. Let's 0 it. Actually 4 it looks like. Let's see if I can do 4. Slowly pour. Come on. The bottle's almost empty, so I'm like waiting for it to get to the bottom but not wanting to tip it so much that it all just rushes out. What fun. Okay, so let's stir these really well. For the sake of continuity, 75. Now that one's been in there a minute, so it probably was 73 when we started. So there's our olive drab. And there's our camo green. I mean, it sounds legit to me. What we'll do here, so I'm going to let these sit a sec and warm up. You can see I got the dye on the side. Do I have another shelf? I do somewhere. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's in here. Nope, no shelf. Okay, so we'll use this one. I'm just going to set that in there. I should be able to pour most of that. Okay, back to it. Put that over there. Let's see what we got temperature. Not that it matters. 78. So I'm just going to scrape the walls, scrape the bottom, make sure I really give this a good stir. Stirring is important. You cannot overstir, but you can understir. Okay. What do you think? Should I put these in the same cup and then pour it, or try to pour them separately? I think the same cup. And then we'll let nature do its thing. Although it's not anything to do with nature, right? So maybe I should wait a minute. 82, nah, we're good. I hope I have enough here. I might have to quickly mix more if that's not gonna work. Okay, ready? We're gonna pour this into here, just like that. And just in case I have to use my cup again. And then I'm gonna just start filling. Actually, I'm gonna try to pour over these to wet them down so they don't float as bad. And I'm going to have to go over my handle there. They're not moving too much, which is nice. Whoops, got my handle. So it looks like I should have enough resin. So I'm going to go ahead and pour the second one. Ooh, you know what? Maybe I don't. We'll have to see here. I might have to really quickly mix up some more. Oh yeah, I need more resin. Whoops. Okay, people, lightning round. Olive drab coming at you. Part A. Whoa. Oh, shoot. I moved to ounces. 1.5. Hope I have some left in here. Well, we're going to be way over. Oh, we're almost 1.5. Actually, we're the same. 1.5, 1.5. Okay. I hope we have enough here. That's my concern. Come on. Okay, we got that one. Now it's all up to the rest of this bottle. Come on. Come on, you can do it. $1.2. I mean, if we had all day, we could wait, but we don't. This is part B. So I'm going to grab my part B here and carefully add that last quarter. Ooh, barely. Got it. Okay. Anybody remember which one was what? This was the mica. We'll get that later. Whew. Come on. It's going to have to be enough. All right, super stir, double stir. This is not ideal, but, oh, Amy's helping me stir. Here, I'll hold the cup. You can stir it. I will say at least the stuff in the mold looks like olive drab. And we certainly slowed it down by pouring into that cold mold. Okay, I think we're good. I'll take it. All right. Thanks to the camera person, Amy's help. Did you get on here? Okay. Here you go. That may be because everything I touch has resin on it. Okay. Round two. I'm going to pour it in. And it might just mix. Who knows? We certainly have plenty this time. So we'll start over here. Oh, it looks cool, that's for sure. It'll kind of settle. Oh yeah, that color looks nice. We're gonna have way enough. So I'm gonna pour it a little proud because we're gonna put a weight on it. I dig this color. I think it's going to work.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Try Try to get these all soaked up a little bit. Actually, we don't have a ton left, so that worked out pretty good. I was way off in my calculation with the pine cone. Okay, I'm going to put this cover over, and that will just cover the whole thing, but that cover alone won't be enough weight. So I'll use a couple of old tube-in molds as weights here. Let's go ahead and get it in the pot, and we'll position our weights. Actually, you know what? I think we need to, probably after I pushed that down, I bet we need to add a little more maybe. Oh, no, I was good. Okay. Never mind. I mean, I want to push those pine cones down into the stuff, so that way when it pushes down, the resin gets all around it. And then I'm going to put these down. And those should be enough weight to hold it all down. If not, we're going to find out when we cut it and it's full of pockets. All right. So, California Air Tools, 2.5 gallon pot, throw it on. We're going to put this up to 50 pounds. I normally do less, like between 40 and 50, but with pine cones, I'll go up to 50. And then in a couple days, we'll take these out and cut them in half and show you what they look like. All right, so we waited overnight. Let's see how these scales look. Remember, we're going for a olive green, OD green pine cone. Take our weights off. There was a little bit of spillage. All right, they're nice and full. So the Maker Select mold, we'll just pop it off. We'll give it a little space, hopefully. Not enough. So we do have a rack you can put this in and give it a tap, but if you're impatient, you can just get a little space. And there we go. And I think the color came out really good. These are going for a customer, so I won't be able to show you the final product, but you can tell that the pine cones are sitting in there nicely. We got good thick scales. Cut those in half, and they will be good to go. Hey, so I went ahead and cut these, even though I was going to just send them out in a block. These were special for a customer. Mini pine cones. There's one. That one had mostly small cones. And you can see that was the back of the mold, the top where I trimmed off the uneven. And then this one came out really good. This one had bigger cones in it. And that looks really cool. And it smells of rich pine around the saw right now, so that's always a good thing. So there they are. Mini pine cone of a couple sorts.